Good morning. It is Friday. Welcome to the CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. I'm Jason DeRusha. Whew. What a week of news, right? Supreme Court Justice nominated, presidential debate, president comes to Minnesota, president tests positive for COVID. All right. We cover it here on the CBSN Minnesota Daybreaker. We'll get you up to date in a minute. I want to give you the weather forecast first. It's pretty much going to look like this all weekend. It is going to be cold. It really is. We're a good 15 degrees below our average high. You know, a little bit of sun, but it's mostly going to be cloudy and gray. It's just not going to be a great weekend. What can you do? What can you do? Well, this is the question. What can you do? So we've had this cooler weather arriving the last couple of days, sticking around over the weekend. The question for you this morning is about the heat. So, like, obviously, you're going to be wearing your sweaters. You're going to be wearing your vests. I feel like today's going to be like a flannel vest situation for many of you. But who's turning on the heat? How cold does it have to get before you turn your furnace on, or you turn on the fireplace or whatever? What is the temperature? Have you done it already? How are you staying warm this weekend? Let us know on Facebook, and we'll share some of your comments in just a moment. The president, as I mentioned, confirming that he says he and the First Lady have tested positive for COVID-19. In a tweet, he seemed in good spirits, saying they're quarantined and they'll get through it together. The First Lady, for her part, echoed that. She said, as too many Americans have done this year, she's quarantining at home after testing positive. They're feeling good, postponing all upcoming engagements. We don't know what feeling good exactly means. Are they feeling symptoms? Are they not? Many questions yet this morning. Many questions about how this impacts Minnesotans. Both tested positive after a campaign stop in Duluth on Wednesday. We have video of them arriving at the airport here, and they were greeted on the tarmac by a number of Minnesota legislators. The congressional delegation flew with Hope Hicks, who also tested positive on Thursday, and the president. That prompted all of this. The president spoke with Fox News after she tested positive and before we knew that he tested positive.
She tested positive, and I just went out with a test. I'll see what, because we spent a lot of time, and the First Lady just went out with a test also. So whether we quarantine or whether we have it, I don't know.
So there you go. Hours after that, they announced that they do have COVID. Now, remember, those three Minnesota GOP congressmen flew with the Trump campaign from Washington to MSP, including Jim Hagedorn, who has stage 4 cancer. This graphic is from a different story, so we can take that off the screen. You guys can come back to me if you want. But we haven't heard yet from those Minnesota leaders. We have seen tweets from Hagedorn's wife, GOP Chairwoman Jennifer Carnahan, Democratic Representative Dean Phillips, both of them wishing everybody affected well. So we'll see. Lots of questions as well about a fundraiser that happened in Minnesota along Lake Minnetonka, private home. All of those folks potentially exposed to COVID-19 as well. So lots of coverage to come on this throughout the day. The president did cancel a rally in Wisconsin as cases of the virus surged there. The director of the airport in La Crosse said that the rally was canceled because of a lease issue, not because of COVID. But the mayor did ask the president to cancel because of virus concerns. The rally was moved from La Crosse to Janesville. President Trump had planned on stopping in Green Bay, but immediate campaign events have all been canceled there as well. Let's get you up to date on Wisconsin because really cases are exploding there. New daily record of 2,887 cases. When I did the math, it was about a 20% positivity rate for Wisconsin yesterday. Not good. 21 new deaths. When you look at the overall total, 81% of Wisconsin's coronavirus patients are no longer being quarantined. Minnesota also reached a milestone, more than 100,000 cases. State officials reporting more than 1,000 new cases, which pushed us into 6 figures. But you got to bear in mind that way more people are being tested. The positivity rate, 4.2%. That is below the 5% mark that state officials have as the guideline. They want to keep us under 5%. So that is where we're at. One day after President Trump came to Minnesota, his son Eric visited the town of Becker. Obviously coming to rally support for his father's reelection. They're outside Potter trucking. See a large crowd jammed in there. He, of course, did the usual song and dance, defending his father's record, attacking Joe Biden. This was interesting, the way he urged supporters to get out and vote this fall.
Well, we lost this state by 1% in 2016. I'm very mad at all of you. We lost this state by 1% in 2016. And I can tell you we're going to win it this time. We're going to win it this time.
Minnesota's DFL party did issue a statement about Trump's visit, and this also not surprising. Eric Trump, born into privilege, never experienced the struggles of everyday Americans. For him to try to relate to Minnesota workers is at odds with the Trump values. Only care about yourself and no one else. Jill Biden, will she still come to Minnesota with the news of the president testing positive? We'll see. She's scheduled to come here Saturday, campaigning for Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden. She's supposed to be here tomorrow. People in Minneapolis are voting early at a record pace. The city says more than 19,000 residents have already cast ballots. More than 14,000 mail-in ballots have arrived or have been dropped off, and nearly 5,000 have voted early in person. Elections and Voter Services got a record request for more than 133,000 mail ballots this year. Combination of COVID, people don't want to vote in person, and perhaps just this move that we've seen people voting earlier than ever before. So far, more than 1 million Minnesota voters have requested absentee ballots. President Trump continuing to raise questions about the integrity of that process. Minnesota Secretary of State, who is a Democrat, is reassuring voters, saying, here are the layers of security. Here, you got to have a driver's license or social security number on the ballots. Each ballot has an individualized barcode, and there's a signature required.
If there's a signature specimen, in a pinch, that's a backup way that you can identify or link the ballot to the actual voter. I know of no other state that has those 3 levels of security in Minnesota, and it's why it's exceedingly rare, close to zero, that you have any problems in security with absentee ballots.
If you want to vote absentee, request a ballot on the website of the Minnesota Secretary of State, and they will mail one out. Some good news for business owners on Lake Street in Minneapolis are really showing resilience as they work to rebuild after the riots this summer. Lake Street Council says in all 400 businesses plus were damaged. The majority have been able to reopen, a big help for many. The council has handed out $5 of the $11 million they raised for repairs. Council says most business owners are saying they don't want to leave the community.
If it wasn't for that restaurant, we wouldn't be here right now. So they have a lot of faith. We have a lot of faith in this, on Lake Street here in this neighborhood, and we're going to stay here no matter whatever damage happens.
City of Minneapolis has approved $2 million to be used for clearing the rubble of businesses that were destroyed. All right, how about some music news? The band is getting back together. You know, back in the day, ACDC was a little too heavy metal for me. Now you're like, you hear it, you're like, let's go. ACDC reuniting, at least most of them are, 5 members. In this picture, Angus Young, Phil Rudd, Stevie Young, Brian Johnson, Cliff Williams. Do you ever know these guys' names? I just said ACDC, that's all I knew. Are you ready? Power Up is going to be the name. Is it the name of an album? Is it the name of a tour? I don't know. Their last album came out in 2014. Helping those in need, a Minnesota farmer grateful for the support of his friends and neighbors.
I don't really know what to say to him. I mean, it's kind of an emotional thing for me, but I'm very thankful for it.
That's Mike Hanen. He has a soybean farm near Milan. He couldn't harvest his crop because he just underwent emergency heart surgery. Look at this. Saturday, more than 40 farmers come and harvest that 400-acre soybean field in just over 3 hours. Oh, it just makes you feel good about humanity, right? Sunday will be 2 weeks since Mike's surgery. Says he's getting stronger by the day. We're cheering for you, Mike, and salute to all of those farmers out there. Great stuff. Round 2 of the State Fair Food Parade underway now. 16 vendors, again, part of the fair drive-through experience. You can win a ticket. How about this? CCO. We got a ticket, and we thought, Frank and Amelia were going to get it. And they said, you know what? We're going to give it away. Isn't that nice? Frank and Amelia were going to take the family, and they said, no, we want the viewers to have it. So Frank gave up his ticket Friday, October 9th at 3 p.m. You can enter to win right now, WCCO.com /contest. And just a big thank you to Frank. Wasn't that nice?
Well,
What a nice guy. Eric.
correction, there's actually 3 tickets, so.
Oh, is your microphone on, Eric?
It's on.
Oh, there we go.
It's on.
There are actually 3 tickets?
There are 3 tickets that we're giving away.
So Frank gave up his, Maxie gave up his.
Amelia gave up hers, and the one they were just going to tear up, they decided to also
They
give
gave
away.
those away. That's very nice. So a total of 3 tickets we're giving away in this one contest?
Yep.
All at the same time?
All at the same time.
There you go.
You've got 3 chances to win.
3 chances to win. All right. Did I mess it up? I'm being told I messed it up, that the script said there were 3 tickets to give away,
It did.
and I made it seem like we were a bunch of cheapskates.
We're rewinding the prompter. Let's
Well,
start
there it
again.
is, yeah. It's too bad we can't get a camera to show you what I'm looking at. We don't want to give away all the secrets. All right, let's talk. Can we play the little music and we can talk about what the people are saying? There it is.
Yes, we can. I stand corrected. I thought there would be more comments about Trump this morning, but way more Minnesotans want to talk about whether their furnace is on.
That's
so
what we thought. We thought.
Good instinct.
Because the comments, here's the deal. No one side of the political spectrum has the market cornered on being jerks and idiots on the internet. So congratulations today on people responding to the Trump situation. Come on, we want everyone to recover. We're cheering for the best with all of the people who may have been exposed to COVID-19. It's a horrible, nasty, nasty virus. So we're cheering for the Trumps to recover. Let's talk about the furnace.
All right, so Maggie says we do not turn on the heat until November. Period.
See? I've got no heat on in my house, I'll tell you that much. Tough. We're tough.
Helen says the heat gets turned on when I am cold.
Well,
It's not cold yet.
That's smart.
No
Yeah.
reason to turn on the heat.
Right. I had the window open yesterday, and my wife came upstairs and was like shivering, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm the shivering one in
You know
the
what?
relationship.
I have a little natural blanket on my body.
And what did you say? Work on that?
Yeah, I said, I'm like, look, you're too skinny. Have a burger. then you'll be a little warmer.
Warm up with a casserole.
What is there like a magic temperature for people?
Some people said like in the 50s. Some people say
Yeah.
not until the first night that goes below 32.
Okay. Yeah. I like to wait as long as possible. And the best thing is when it gets super cold, the chilliest time in the morning, I'm here. So
Right.
it's fine by me. Anything else you want to
Annette
share
says
today?
love ACDC.
There you go. Thanks, Annette.
Which, by the way, you said that they were a little too heavy metal. Toto was a little too heavy metal for you back then. I'm
I
sure.
was, you know what I was listening to? Like Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Boone.
Debbie Boone. I'm not that old. Oh, I think Addie has a picture of what I see. Is that what I'm hearing? There it is.
Oh, right, let's run this.
Here, we're proving that I'm
Rewind it.
a moron. You can rewind it. No,
No, there it is.
yeah.
There it is.
Whatever. It's fine. You guys know that I can barely
Oh, we're
read.
just protecting you.
Now we're rolling this thing. I guess we're done. That seems fair. I guess everybody's got to go. We got a union break in the control room. We'll see you on Monday.